That's some Coke can.
A lot of people ask me why do I like auto lock. The biggest reason is everything's touchless. When you wash the car off the site, the touch-free options allow me to protect the investment that I've made into my vehicle.
So really, the only question is, why not use auto lock?
At Sierra, Jessica and her mom discovered a plethora of yoga gear at stellar prices, which led to another discovery. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra!
Who's more big in NBA this season? You are. With all the ways to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Player props, money line, you name it, DraftKings got it. All new customers, now is your chance to get on all the hoops action. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Take it to the rack with DraftKings Sportsbook, where every point counts. Download the app today and use code CLUB520. Yes, that's code CLUB520 for new customers to get $150 bonus bets for just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crowd is yours. Yo, what's going on? It's DJ Woods again from Club 520. I'm here to tell you about Mando. Listen, we know everybody like to go out, have a good time, especially date night. You're trying to get fresh, get your hair cut, your car ready. Be here with some non-negotiable. Be in shopmando.com. 520 official collab, man. We starting off with a special guest, man. Special guest in the building. We're gonna introduce my man's last. To my far left, we got my dog, Bishop B here out the prayer release. How you what, Nasty?
What's happening, Nasty? Let's get to it. I'm excited for this one.
For sure.
That's my guy.
Listen, you see how B act when he out of town, man. He ain't in uniform at all. You know, this the vacation clothes, right?
Oh, we sharp, man. You spiffy today, man. My dog. What size is them?
These, I think 12.
Alright, I owe you some, bro. And then there's no laces, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab me a pair before we get out of here. I just run a little behind there. I got some black force on the way.
So you about to put him in some black force with the white lace? Grindfather?
Yeah, it's I just didn't get the shoe shots before we left the city, so I got you, Nasty.
For sure. To my right, we got my dog, Young Nacho, Young T. How you what?
And I finally touched down in the bag, so I'm hyped to be here. I'm glad to be here. All-star. And we got a special guest, the real grandfather. I'm supposed to be great.
You know what time it is.
I said, man, hold on, what's the discrepancy?
Nah, he told me we was in Chicago. The only TA got it. Not the real one, the only TA.
I said, that's the only one I knew.
You gotta look down, just look around.
For sure, man. 14-year vet, NBA champ, one of the best defenders of all time, man. Part of Out the Mud podcast. If you ain't tapped in, tap in. Him, the dog, Zebo, hold him down for sure. The one, the only man, Tony Allen, big dog. Appreciate you sliding on this baby. Love, man, love. You know what time it is, man. Midwest podcast in the building, man. For sure.
Yeah, man. What's been going on with y'all, man? I like what y'all doing, man. I appreciate y'all.
Nah, it's an honor to have you, bro. But we gotta talk about this real TA.
Yes, sir.
Now, the Nasty's Antetokounmpo. And you know, it's a big shout out to him, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man. My body of work, man, what I do, man, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't even that field, man. Ain't no black and white. It's just straight up and down. You feel me? So when y'all was talking about it, I'm like, hold on. They ain't gonna throw first team on that one. They ain't gonna.
First team,
They ain't gonna separate that. I had to show some respect. I said, hold on. I usually let y'all get your shit off, but
only know one, and that's the guy for sure, man.
See, you know how this podcast works. Anytime somebody boss us, we know it's gonna piss somebody else off. We just real with it.
Bro, y'all are being watched, bro. All my homies be telling me, bro, you gotta get on the 520, man. You gotta. I say, bro, I'm gonna get on. Relax. But I'm watching y'all straight up, bro. It's long overdue, man. I'm here. I want to get back like to the beginning, man. How you end up at Crane, man? Well, first, we know you from Chicago. So
Yes, sir.
How you land at Crane?
Man, wild story, man. Before I even got to Crane, man, I had dropped out of high school.
I had what grade?
Shit, freshman year.
Oh, as soon as you started.
not really when I started. Once the grades came out, I found that I couldn't play high school basketball when you had that GPA on your grades.
Yeah.
It was like, man, I'm going to a school where shit, it was like a fashion show. I went to Jubilee first. Okay. Y'all familiar with Sean Dani? Yeah. I went to his school before he got there. And
50 out there.
yeah, he was doing his thing. And but when I was there, shit, that was like, man, hold on, I need to keep these Air Force Ones fresh. I need to, you know what I'm saying? So the only way I can do that is if I gamble. I gamble in PE classes, lunch class. By the time I look up, shit, the school day over. So I wasn't even really going to school. And then, that led to another thing, being outside. And when you're outside, we come back. So by the time I looked up, bro, I don't know, man. I saw my life flash before me because I was outside. I was hustling. I ain't gonna hold you. And a couple bullets went past my head, and that was my turning point. Saying, you know what, man, this ain't for me. I'm 6'5", 6'4", doing all this. Like this ain't me. And until this day, I don't even speak to my cousin because of the type of time he had me on. He got me out here doing this shit. I'm a whole pro out here. You feel? And then that specific day, we got a program called the IIT.
Yo.
And one day,
You wanna hop on? I just rolled up. Let's smoke.
I got the jet livery cab. Shot
Let's
past.
smoke. Talk some shit. Get a little podcast out the way. Let me know.
They got Benzes.
Send a request.
Where's all these people going? Talking about just
Send
leaving
a
the block,
request.
right to the thing. I'm thinking I gotta pay. It's free to get in. Like why so many people? And then I ran into my boy Jason Straight. Y'all probably don't know. He played at Wyoming.
Let me know.
But I'm asking food like, man, what you doing up? He's like, you gonna play? You still hoop? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what you hooping? I was embarrassed. I'm like, bro, I dropped out. I don't play. And he like, come on, hoop, I hoop. And that game we played Sean Marion. Sean Marion, he's doing his thing and shit. I ended up having like 18 points. But I was wondering like, why all these people? The next game was Antoine Walker and Will Mike. Oh, sir. Y'all know Will? Yeah. Baby. So listen, they in the stands watching me play. And so when I leave up at the game, you gotta go downstairs in the locker room. Will like, man, bro, like I need you. I'm like, what you mean, me? Like, you can hoop. I'm like, where you hooping at? I'm like, bro, I dropped out. And so the head coach, Coach Anthony Longstreet, shout out Anthony Longstreet, who coached me at Crane. He was all arrogant. Will Bynum is man. So he just, yeah, how you grades? Like just tough on me for no reason. Yeah. And so Will was like, man, skip all that, bro. I can get you in school, bro. I just took blue division. When you're in the blue division in Chicago, that means that's the weakest division. You're gonna play all the bullshit too. But when you in the red division, that's all the big time school. Okay. So you gotta win the blue division to get in the red division. So the top team in the blue division moves up. The bottom team in the red division drops down. Yeah. And so he was explaining that process to me, and I get you to school. So boom, imagine my mama had already put me up. Like, you ain't going to school, ain't gonna live. Yeah, shut up. So it got to the point where I'm finna go back to school. Real just say, give me a school. Imagine, I don't even know what Crane at. Okay. I don't even know what Crane, never heard of Crane. And so when I went back to I lived in on 95th Prison Bar, shout out Prison Bar, Lone Homes, to be exact. When I went back, bro, all the guys like, man, ain't been at this, that, and the other. I go to my mama crib. Shit, there's nobody in there. Like, furniture gone, and like the door just open. Like, damn, what the hell where my mama go? Like, bro,
Right flip, game over.
Damn. And I'm like, bro. So then, boom. Went back, got in the cab, went to my grandma's house. Got to my grandma's house. I said, Grandma, where my mama live at? She was like, well, baby.
What up, homie? Hop on the live. Let's smoke. I just rolled up.
She don't want you around her kids.
Send the request. You can hop on.
Say, Grandma, my phone go
I'm
back.
letting my phone charge up a little bit. I'm gonna hit the lake or
She said,
something.
well, baby, your mama look
If you wanna hop on the live, Dab, hop on the live, baby.
Grandma here the best. She said, yeah, she moved on the west side. And this was God because when I looked
Yeah,
up,
baby.
I wanna come back home. She, she laid her law down, go to school, get a job, this and that. When I told her I'm going to
Yo, what up, baby?
Not much new.
Chilling, man. It's fucking 70 degrees out here in Colorado today.
Ooh, nice. We're
I look,
actually plus Fahrenheit, or Celsius, so
ah,
I don't know. It's nice finally.
yeah, I feel that. 'Cause we just had like 4 inches of snow like 4 days ago, and now it's like hella hot. So I don't know how this shit work, man.
The snow will go. The snow will go.
Yeah, but yeah. What'd you do over the weekend?
The weekend. Not much. I got my son on Thursday since he had no school on Friday.
Okay. I didn't know you had a kid. Well, you
Yeah,
probably didn't tell me, but yeah, I didn't know you had a kid.
he's 13. He's my pride and joy. He's my North Star.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, picked up my dad on Friday as well. He was in the hospital for a week, and then Saturday he had a basketball game, 2 basketball games. I only caught the first one, and they kicked. Well, it was really close, actually, 3 points at the end, and they won.
Your son plays?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, super close game. They were really ahead. They were really showing promise in the first half, and the second half started. They were just in mud or something. I don't know, but then by the end of the game, it got really close, back and forth, very physical. Um, I mean, he's only 13, but these kids, yeah, they're in elbows. And
Yeah. How old is your son? I mean, not how old. How tall is he?
He comes up to my shoulder now, and I'm 6'4", so I would say
Yeah.
mid-fives or just over mid-fives.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's
So
going to
he's
be a
gonna be
big
tall
boy.
by the time. Yeah, I'm about to say by the time he gets 18, 20 years old, he'll be tall, huh?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
family doesn't stop growing till we're about 21 or so, 22. Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. So he's
Man.
got. Well, I went to a family reunion once on my mom's side, and she had uncles that were like 7'1", 7'2".
Oh,
Yeah.
they are all Canadian background or like
American.
where from?
I was born in right outside of Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you told me that. Okay.
Yeah, I live
Damn.
in Canada now, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's tall as
totally.
hell, man. Like I was adopted in my family, so like the height doesn't really mean anything. Like I don't know how tall my blood family is, but on my dad's side, the man who adopted me, like my dad is the shortest in the family, and he's 6 foot. So like his whole side of the family is tall. I don't think there's any 7 footers, but he's considered one of the short ones in the family at 6 foot.
Yeah.
My mom's side of the family is really short though. They're all small people. But again, I don't have the same blood as any of them, so I don't know how tall I'm gonna be for real. Like I think I'm done growing. I'm at 6'1", but you know, I don't know how tall my kid would be because I don't have any frame of reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Genetics are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
Like he's already taller than his mom right now. Like my son, and her family's not that tall. Like her mom's not that tall, her dad's not that tall, her sister, but her brother's tall. He's like a freak.
Yeah.
He's very similar built to me. So they've got to have some tallness somewhere in their bloodline, but I don't know where it is.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah. So my
Did you
son,
do anything?
what's
What'd
that?
you say?
Nothing.
I said, did you do anything Valentine's Day? Did you
No,
celebrate or you just chilling?
fuck, nothing. I'm watching everybody spend all their money on women.
Yeah. Well, I didn't spend. Oh shit! I'm turn the phone up. I didn't spend too much money on the women, but I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm not a Valentine's Day guy, but if I'm dating a girl or with the lady or something and she wants to celebrate, I don't mind it. But I'm not the type. I'm not the type that's like buying purses and like car. Like I like for one, I don't have the fucking money to do that. But even if I did, I don't think I would be the type of person to. I might spoil you throughout the year, but I don't think I would be like a wait till Valentine's Day and spend all the money. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like I
that's
don't mind
exactly what I
spoiling.
posted on Valentine's Day. I'm like, fuck Valentine's Day. If you really love somebody, show them how you care about them all year round.
Right. Yeah,
Why
that's
pay inflated prices for chocolate and flowers at one time a year when you can buy them chocolate and flowers in the summer just to say I love you instead of saying I love you because I have to love you?
right, right. So yeah, I enjoyed the weekend.
It's good. What'd you
Definitely enjoyed the
do?
weekend. Huh?
What'd you do?
So one of my, well, I mean, I guess there's no other way to explain it. Like my ex came into town, so she stayed here with me for the whole weekend. So
Valentine's
yeah,
Day on you?
so and I didn't even pay for the flight. She paid for the flight. She flew
Damn.
herself out here to Denver. So um, you know, it was
Good.
cool for me to buy her some flowers. I didn't even take her out to eat. I cooked for her the whole weekend, so it was cheaper on my end. All I just had to do was buy the food and then cook it here. But um, shit, it was an inexpensive weekend for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was inexpensive. But it was good. We haven't seen each other in like a year, so it was more so of just the time we were spending together versus like going out and doing shit because we just haven't seen each other for over a year.
Right.
So yeah,
That's crazy. Good
it was
for
cool
you then.
though. Yeah, I ain't mad at it. It wasn't too bad. And my birthday's coming up in 2 months, so I love this part of the year. Springtime going into summer. It's just I love the weather. I love my birthday. Yeah, so I'm chilling.
Nice, nice. I can't wait till the muddy season goes away.
Cause do y'all get
I hate the
a
muddy season.
do do y'all get a lot of? I mean, I know you guys get snow,
Yeah.
but do you y'all get a lot of rain like in the spring, summertime? Do y'all get a lot of rain?
Depending the year.
Yeah. So what do you mean
It
by muddy then? What do you mean by muddy?
well the melt, and then we put a lot of salt on the roads so we don't fall
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
So just in the spring and fall, where
Mhm.
it's like that transition between nice weather and shitty weather,
Yeah.
where like they're icing the roads because or they're salting the roads because there's ice at night, but then like daytime heat and people driving, it just gets mucky. Everybody's car is brown right now.
Yeah. I feel that. I have a gold truck, and so after it snows, it just looks filthy. It's not like a gold. It's kind of like a chill gold, but it's once after it snows, man, yeah, it looks bad. It might as well be brown. 'Cause it just looks so bad, man.
When I was in the hospital there, they were calling a vehicle, and our vehicle is red. Mine and my dad's is red. And I'm sitting there with my dad, and they're like, "Brown vehicle, blah blah." I'm like, I wonder if that's ours, because I mean, right now it's brown.
It's brown. Yeah. Damn. Jeez.
Yeah.
Do they do a good job at clearing the streets out there? Because I mean, you guys definitely get, like you said, you get more snow than us. So I guess you guys have more equipments, more trucks, more stuff.
Well,
Or
there's huge budgets for our snow cleaning. Yeah, they have to account for it because, well, like obviously I live in the rural area, but I do live in a town, so they kind of get to our roads quickly.
mm,
And the highways, I live right off a highway, so they take care of main the main veins, I guess, more before they attack the cities. So they're pretty decent at it. But like, if there's going to be snow for 3 days, they'll throw one truck out or two trucks out once in a while, just because well, we're going to have to do all this stuff in a bit. We'll make sure you guys can get around, but don't expect perfect streets yet.
yeah,
We have
okay, I feel it.
we have parking bans between September and March on
Mm.
certain streets downtown that you can't park overnight because of plowing.
Because of the trucks. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Sheesh, it's a whole different world up there. Or at least coming from Georgia, it's just a completely different world to me. But starting to make more sense living out here now. It's like snow trucks and salt in the roads. Like every time I see a snow truck driving past, dropping the salt, to me, like I stare at it because I've just never seen the shit before. You know what I mean? So it's just
Yeah.
like, oh shit, there's salt coming out the truck. So it's like I don't know. I just like to like okay. For example, when I drove from Georgia to Colorado, so you know the states in between.
Hmm.
When I was driving through Kansas, I've never seen uh, a wind turbine in real life, like
Okay.
the big wind thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so me driving through Kansas, yeah, me driving through Kansas, and I see them. I didn't realize they were that
They're
fucking big,
huge.
bro. They're fucking huge. And for me, I mean, it's nothing at the end of the day. But for me, never seeing one in real life and only seeing, I mean, even a tumbleweed. I've never seen a tumbleweed until driving through fucking Kansas. And I'm like, oh shit, those things are real. I thought they were just, I thought they were just in the movies for some dramatics. But I'm like, no, like they're really real. So I don't know, just moving out here, and then if I ever moved to or lived in Canada, like I love culture shocks and having my eyes open to just like simple shit like salting the road from a truck. Like that shit just is it just amazes me. For some small reason, it's just it's I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, if you ever want to test your survival instincts, you can move
Yeah.
to Winnipeg between October and April and see how long you last. It gets cold, man. I think the other day we were down. This is, I mean, I guess Celsius and Fahrenheit meet at a certain point, but we were like at minus 42 with the wind. And that was just a couple of
Oh,
weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Yeah.
that sounds
Manitoba,
wonderful.
Manitoba, you can literally go out in the spring and come home in a blizzard and hit the other two seasons in the middle of the day. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Manitoba is literally bipolar. And as cold as
See,
we get in the winter, we get hot in the summer. But our summer is only like 2 months.
is it humid hot or
It
dry hot? Like, is it a Vegas hot
it's
or is it a
wet.
Florida hot?
It's a wet
Okay.
hot. Like I worked with a couple of Filipinos, and we were getting a factory, and they were on their break, and they were sitting by those big truck gates that unload and stuff. They're just having their smoke, and they have their pants rolled up and their shirts rolled up, and like, oh, it's hot. And I'm like, you guys come from the Philippines, you be used to this. They're like, no, we can't left Philippines because of this.
Mm,
But it was even too hot for them. They're like, it's hot, it's hot.
yeesh. What's the elevation? What's your elevation? Do
Oh,
you
I
know
don't
off the top
know.
of your head?
I don't think it's too. I mean, I know we're above ocean, but I know we're not that because in Crimea times, like back in the great days, this is all a lake. This is all water. Like
Ooh.
most of Canada was underwater,
Okay.
and so I can't see us being that high of altitude. Yeah. But I honestly don't know. We're the prairies.
Like it's so interesting to find out about lands that used to be underwater, and then hearing like even Louisiana is supposed to disappear within the next 200 years. Like the bottom of Louisiana, like just that type of shit is like that just blows my mind. So I didn't know Canada was underwater for a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah, many years, man.
Right. But I didn't know though. Yeah.
But and then because the way the Canada is um like we're New England and stuff is by you, so like Nova Scotia, Labrador, Prince Edward Island, and stuff like that is very mountainous because that's the Appalachians there. And I don't know how bad it is up in New England and stuff, mountainous, but like I know it does go further down. So that's very hilly. I lived in Nova Scotia for a while, and it was beautiful. I literally walked uphill both ways to work, like the way my trek went. But then,
Yeah.
and then you go. Quebec is nice, little hilly. Ontario is like rolling hills, but then you kind of hit into the middle of Manitoba, and it's flat. And you go through Saskatchewan, and it's flat. They always make a joke that when you leave Manitoba, you can see Alberta because Saskatchewan's so flat. And then the edge of Alberta is when it starts getting mountainous again because of the Rockies. And those are the same hills you guys got there. So, and then
Yeah.
BC is an anomaly of Canada. So
What do you mean by that? An
it's just
anomaly?
beautiful
Oh, so it's like
all the
I
time.
got you.
It's
I got you. I
yeah,
got you. I got you.
forests and
In
tree.
BC, British
Yeah,
Columbia. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's where a lot of like Hollywood goes up to Canada for shooting certain things. It's either Toronto or it's BC because BC has so many different locations and stuff.
Yeah. If I'm a young kid, let's say and this is both out of our leagues, but let's just say I'm a young influencer and I'm moving to Canada. What city am I moving to?
Probably
If I'm an influencer, I'm
Toronto.
making content,
Probably
huh?
Toronto.
Toronto would give you the most
Yeah.
money, I guess, or
Well,
yeah.
yeah, because like BC is more touristy, I guess. I mean, it's still beautiful and it's still influential, but all the happenings is in
It's in
Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, okay. So if I'm an influencer, I want to move to Toronto if Canada is my destination.
yeah,
What
because it's literally across the bridge from like Detroit too. It's all in that same area.
if let's say I'm a nature outdoor photographer and I'm moving to Canada, do I still move to Toronto?
No,
Okay, so if I want scenery, where do I move to?
that depends what kind of scenery.
All right, I want, let's say I want nice ass. You do have mountains. Let's say I just do mountain landscaping
Okay,
photography.
Alberta, um,
Right?
Western Alberta, yeah, Banff, stuff like that, because that's still the foothills too. So you can start taking pictures, the scenic pictures of like you coming up to the mountains and then being right in the mountains and stuff like that. And then you go further in if you want the deep hills and everything like that. Like, yeah, Western Alberta is probably the area. It's more expensive in Alberta to live, but that's where all the oil is.
All right. If I'm going for animal photography, where can I get the most of my animal viewings, sightings?
Probably, well, depending what kind of animals. Like, so Manitoba will have more like
I
you
love
have bobcats, you have
elks and
cougars.
moose and shit.
Yeah, moose and stuff are northern Manitoba you can get. Northwestern Ontario is a good go-to for any kind of nature. Like they got enough rolling hills where you won't get inundated by mountains, but there's
Yeah.
enough forestry and variety of trees and variety of wildlife that you'll get moose, caribou. In some of the northern regions, you'll get bears, you'll get raccoons. I mean, that's you know what,
It,
Kenora area would be a good area if you're a photographer for nature or
yeah.
period. Really, it's beautiful, beautiful. They have the lakes. Like I've taken some beautiful pictures out there. Yeah,
Off the top of your head, is a caribou's a type of deer?
I think it's similar. Like
Similar?
that's what it looks like, kind of. But I don't think they're related.
Right. Right. Because is a moose and a deer related? No, right?
I don't think so either. No,
But so
moose.
then a caribou is something separate from a moose and a
Yeah,
deer.
I believe so.
Okay.
Don't quote. I'm
Okay.
not an
I
animalologist,
got
so
you. Yeah, I
yeah.
got you. I got you.
Moose. I've seen a live moose, and they're huge. And
I've never
deers.
seen one, man. I want to see one. As kids, they didn't tell us that they're fucking 10 feet tall. They just said that they're big, but they didn't tell us, like, you know what I mean? So I just want to see one. Because I've been told they're big as hell.
Well, I used to work way up north, and we would have to drive from Winnipeg, so it was like a 14, 13-hour drive, and we'd go through some really desolate areas. And driving home one time, I caught something out of the corner of my eye, and it looked small because I mean, up there you're not necessarily beyond the tree line, but you're starting to, so the trees aren't as lush as normal forests. So I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and it just looked like a little brown thing. And I looked, and it was a moose, but the snow was
Jeez.
so deep it was up to its first elbow. So you
Oh,
can imagine how deep that snow is. And it had a little baby one next to him, it was almost up to his shoulders. Yeah, and they're just walking through the snow like it's nothing. I'm like, wow. Yeah,
yeah. I want to see that, man. I want to see. Even the deer that are out here in Colorado aren't as skittish as the deer in Georgia. Like a deer in Georgia, that they're so fucking skittish and like just retarded. Out here, it's like the deers aren't afraid or nervous around humans and shit. I don't know what it is. but I've been able to like actually look at deer and walk around deer. Okay, so I used to deliver for Amazon,
Okay.
and so I'm in all these different random neighborhoods and stuff, and there's been a couple of times where uh there's been deer in the grass, and as I'm delivering a package, the deer is just looking at me.
Right.
Back home, the deer is gonna just run away, be all scared, but like out here, they're just kind of like chill. And wild turkeys too. I worked in a couple of neighborhoods that had wild turkeys, and
Now,
I've
now
never
there's
seen a
hunting allowed
wild
in
turkey.
Atlanta, right? There's
Huh?
hunting allowed in that Atlanta, Georgia?
In Georgia, can you hunt? Yeah, you need a
Yeah.
license to hunt. You need a license to
Colorado,
hunt and fish. Yeah. I don't know about Colorado
but
if you need a license. You probably do. I don't know.
I'm thinking that's the biggest difference is Colorado's not really known for their hunting,
For
but
the
you hear
hunting.
people go hunting all the time in
Oh,
Georgia.
true, true, true.
Yeah, deers are
Yeah.
just like there. I didn't know we had this because well, I didn't really realize it, but one night I'm out in my little patio area smoking because my son was upstairs, and I looked and I'm like something caught my eye again because I was a security guard, every movement. So I'm just looking out the window, and all of a sudden I look, and there's two or three deers just walking down the middle of the road. I'm like, cool. And then we were going in the car the other day, and I noticed a bunch of deer tracks in our yard. And I'm guessing because we have some grass exposed in a couple areas. So I'm like, oh, whoa, we're having deer walk right up to the door. So I'm wanting maybe to camp out in that little area and see if I can catch a good picture of one.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
So you plan on staying in Canada and retiring and living out your days in Canada, or what's the plan?
probably now. Um, I got MS, and all that medical shit is free now up here. Down there, not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'll
Sheesh.
probably stay up here.
Damn,
Though,
I didn't know it was free.
well,
Sheesh.
some things are.
Right, but I mean, it's definitely better there than here, for
Yeah.
sure.
See, I'm tonight. This is an exclusive just for you, my friend, and I'm
Tell us.
announcing it tonight.
Let us know.
I am announcing my candidacy for the Prime President of the United States of Canada.
All right.
I was born in the States. I'm over 40, and I now live in Canada.
Okay.
So I can run for both offices. And see,
Do your hey,
that's this one
that hey,
saying. And see,
do
Trump
it.
is trying to do it. Trump is trying, but he's doing it all wrong. This is the biggest issue. Both
Yeah,
systems are
put me
so
on
corrupt.
game. I'm kind of lost right here. Put me on game.
Both systems are so messed up, and they were built on good fundamentals of the 14th century. We are now 2024. Things need to be relooked at. Uh, Human rights, like you're you're African or you're colored living in the states.
Right.
It's not as easy for me or yet for you to live in the states as it would be for me,
Right.
especially with people like Trump in power. And that is just it started when this country was started. That was slavery and everything like that. White people were the major hurrah. And that's got to change. Everything. And then the political system itself is based on money. The lobbyists, like politicians, when they get out of politics, they become lobbyists because that's where the real money is. So that's the first thing I would try to do is eliminate all lobbyists.
Mm.
Just get all the money out of Washington. Let the politicians represent the people for the people, like the initial Constitution was meant to be. And see now how I would run it. Now, this is the question that I keep getting asked. How would you run such a big country? I would have two separate governments like we have now. Okay, so we would have an American government, we would have a Canadian government, and I would be seated and dealing with, both issues, but with free trade, there would be no free trade because it's one country,
Right.
right? So instead of American companies running pipelines from Alaska to Texas, those same companies could establish companies in Alberta because it's all the same country, right? So you're just moving to different state. The pipeline from Alaska to Alberta would be half the price and half as dangerous for all the environments, everything like that, right? All the lumber. We are now paying tariffs. Well, not yet, but there are tariffs on it anyways, taxes, right? To import to the States, to get built benches, chairs, whatever. And then Canada is paying another price. So not only are we paying for the company to pay to get into the States, but then we're paying for the other company to pay to get back in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So the inflation on that one chair from lumber from Canada, the Canadians are paying 120% more probably because of the fact that, that lumber actually costs. Now, if you eliminate that border, cut it right out, you don't have those extra tariffs. So all the cost of goods would go down. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's lots of different other things going on that I could spout out, but accountability would be another thing. So up
My bad. I'm
here
not
we
gonna
have oh,
sit
what's
on the
that?
couch. My bad. I'm
Oh,
just moving to the couch so I can be more comfortable.
so up here we have members of parliament that represent each province, right? We have premiers. In the States, you guys have governors, you have senators, and one of the things I would try to institute as the prime president of the United States of Canada, I mean, it's still a working title, but is accountability. That is my platform on this whole thing is accountability. So if a premier, a senator, a governor, or whatever promises you, the people, the voting elect, saying, I'm going to try to move all the money that we're sending to this to education, and he doesn't do the footwork within the first year of his election, I will force him out of the House or his seat and force a re-election for that area because he is not representing his people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're voting for a senator or whatever, right? And he's telling you, I'm going to clean up the streets, I'm going to add police, I'm going to, tighten this and tighten that. I understand paperwork, I understand logistics, but if he's not doing the footwork to initiate his promises to his people within the first year, I will force a re-election.
Mm.
Then also being the prime president, the high guy, your terms are only 2 years. Because accountability, again, if you're not doing what you're telling people to do in 2 years, then why are you there still? Why are you turning everybody's wheels? And again, everybody gets 8 years in office in the States, right? So you can get 2 terms, 4 years each, 8 years. You can become elections 4 times. You can run 4 times for this position, and that's it. You can spend 8 years in the major office. And every 2 years, there's another election to see if you're doing your job, to seeing if you're keeping up with your promises of holding up everybody else to their promises. So those are the basic standpoints. Is just tearing down the systems and rebuilding it, keeping what's working and fixing what's not, and instead of duct taping and trying to make things fit the way they do, the only way that either country can really succeed is not by looking into the books and showing everybody for their own. I mean, that's a good way to start. But when it comes down to it, how are you going to rebuild on that? You're exposing everybody, but what about the lobbyists that are telling these politicians to spend this money on this and this and that? You're not kicking them out. You're just kicking those guys that they're talking to. You replace them, those same guys are going to walk in with the same money saying, hey, you're the new guy. Here's that money. Why don't I get your vote? You have to eliminate the money from politics. And that's the biggest thing we need to start doing. That way, the politicians are running the country for the people, by the people. Again.
Yeah.
That's my spiel. That's
Yeah. It makes sense to me. Take the money out. Yeah. Give them 2 terms. Hold them accountable. Makes sense
There's no
to me.
accountability now. There's none. All you watch any of this
Then
political, and they're just yelling at each other.
in Canada, you guys have is a prime minister,
Yeah.
and how does like what's the I'm just kind of ignorant to it. What's the terms? What's the length? Like how long can
That's
they
the
be in
weird
power?
thing. I think after 2 years, he can call an election anytime. I think.
So, so
I'm
you
not
said two
exactly.
years?
Well, no, he can stay in there for I think up to 4 without calling an election. But then he can call an election when his popularity is high.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you don't vote for the prime minister.
Mm.
You
What do
vote
you
for
vote
the
for?
party in your area.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so Justin Trudeau is liberal. If you don't like Justin Trudeau, but you like Tom Smith, who's a liberal as well, you're voting liberal because you want liberals in office, but you don't necessarily. And that's what one thing I would change with the political system in Canada, because I don't think it's right that you're voting for your local guy, but then that's representative of the major guy. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau loses his riding, so if the election comes and he doesn't get nominated as the liberal seat in that area, then he's no longer prime minister. So that's kind of cool. But the fact is, you're still not voting for him. You're voting for the party, and the party votes for their leader. And I think that's an issue. And I really don't think that there should only be two choices on like debates and two choices among like all you see is Democratic and Republican. But when you go to the voting booth, how many people are on there? But you don't know about any of the rest because they don't show it. That's all.
Hmm. Well, I appreciate you giving us the first shot or the first announcement on the show. We'll definitely have to save this and crop this when you make it to post it up. Yeah,
And
for
I mean, obviously,
sure.
it's a pipe dream. And I was telling my like it's not like my first time saying this. I've been saying this for years, but now I'm just coming out and saying it because of the fact that Trump is saying it and saying the state should be or Canada should be the whatever 52nd state or whatever.
Right, right,
And
right.
I'm just like, well, I mean, it's hot right now. It's fresh off the iron. I've been planning this for years, so I might as well say something.
Hey, do you want to do trivia? I don't know if you've been seeing the post, but I've been doing like a lot of trivia with people. You want to do like about 15
Sure,
questions?
let's do 15 questions. Yeah,
Oh, bet. All right, I'm gonna get my iPad.
yeah, yeah. This is your show. Don't let me
Uh,
overtake it with my political spiel.
Definitely. Well, we'll take like a little 2 minute break. I'm gonna run to my car real quick. We'll stay on the phone though. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna put the phone down. Give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna run to my car. I need to get something at my car,
Yeah, yeah.
and then we'll do some trivia. I got some good ass questions for you. All right,
Okay.
give me like 2 minutes.
Hello, everybody. I'm just sitting here waiting. He's just running to his car. We're gonna do trivia. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope I didn't bum everybody out with the show. Trivia, trivia. There we go. Oh, there we go. That like a lot. I look kind of pig nosed like that, eh? My hair's all messy. So how was everybody else's weekend? We talked about our weekend. How was your week? I'm just saying. I hate when I miss math. Let's try. That's what I'm doing. I'm an alien. Really? Those are my options. The undergrad fan. Nay. Nay. Oh, 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 do I hear?
All right. Back to back.
Don't mind me, I just added a filter.
Oh, hey, filters are all good, man. Filters make the world a better looking place sometimes.
There we go. How about
I don't know about that one. You know, but whatever makes you happy. Uh, shout out to this alien. My podcast co-host painted this.
nice.
Yeah, cool little
Very
alien.
pretty.
I gotta put it on the wall somewhere.
Have you ever seen Strange Planet?
Is that a movie, a show? What are we
Cartoon.
talking about? It's called Strange Planet.
Yeah. They it, it's also on Instagram here, but they just they're aliens, but they talk in directness. So like, a heart is their blood organ, and just stuff like that. So their language is weird, but that kind of reminded me of one of the Strange Planet aliens. That's all. Long story short.
Uh, I have to look it up. All right, we got some random questions here.
All right, let's do it.
Are you ready? You ready?
Yeah, if you just see my ears, it's just because I'm listening.
All right. Um, let's see. Where, where was Cleopatra's birthplace?
Nubia?
Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt? But Potomac? But I don't know how to. Hold on. I'm about to show you this word because it is not. I cannot say that. Well, I can say it, but I just want to make sure you can see it.
Ptolemaic?
Potomac? Potomac? Yeah, that's what I would say, right?
Yeah.
Potomac. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to do. I'm gonna do a phobia trivia. Do you know about phobias?
Yeah, oh yeah. Fears of whatever's.
Yeah, so there's like I'm gonna say a phobia, and I want you to guess the type of phobia it is. You know, what I mean? Or what fear it is. Okay, yeah, I like that better.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so all right, acrophobia. What is that the fear of?
Acrophobia. Acro.
It is the word. It's definitely in the word. It's
The
definitely in the word.
fear of acrobatics?
Uh,
Working out?
or you're on the right track. But
Fear
be more
of
specific. Not the working out part, but that first answer you gave me.
aerobics.
Be more specific. But you're on the right track though.
Fear of jumping
Acrophobia.
jacks. I don't know.
It is the fear of heights.
Oh, dang.
Yes, yeah, you were on the right track. You were definitely on the right track. Because acro, yeah, just acrobatics and shit. Yeah, you were on the right track. All right, uh, glossophobia.
Glossophobia. The fear of shiny things.
No, I'll give you a hint. A lot of kids had this fear in grade school.
Peeing their pants?
No, the fear of public speaking.
No! Yeah, that would make more sense than peeing your pants.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna have to pronounce this shit out.
Yeah.
Ophidiophobia. So ophidiophobia. It's an animal fear, but what kind of animal though? That's a good ass hint because I definitely slimmed it down. But what kind of animal would you think it is? O, I'm gonna spell it for you. Just so you, well, I can't show you because it's gonna show
No,
the
it's
name. I'm gonna
fine.
spell it for you. Ophidio phobia.
You know what's funny? I think I've seen this word before. I will say possums.
That's a good guess, I guess, because I would have never said possums. But no, it is the fear of snakes.
Oh, these are so
Huh?
fun too. Why am I going so weird? Just,
Simple. All right, chionophobia. I'm gonna spell it for you. I'm gonna say it one more time and then I'll spell it. Chionophobia. This is Chiono phobia. Chionophobia.
fear, fear of fear of.
It definitely, a lot of people in Canada might have this fear. Well, actually, if they had this fear, they probably wouldn't want to be in Canada.
Fear of snow.
Yes.
Yeah, I got one.
That one. Yes, the fear of snow. That's a. It's like, if you have a fear of snow, do you have a fear of water also?
Possibly not, because water could be associated with drowning, and you can't really drown in snow. Maybe.
Can you suffocate in
Oh
snow?
yes. Oh yes. That's why a lot of people die in avalanches. You
Oh,
suffocate.
well, duh. So I mean, Yeah, I wonder if people that have a fear of snow also have a fear of
It is a
water.
good
Dan-
question because
Danny, what up?
are.
Uh, D- Danny, you gotta. Did you just wake up from? Did you just wake up from a nap or something? As my co-host just hopped on to see if she wake up from a nap. We're trying to see if we'll put her on. I don't really like doing multiple people, but we'll try it today because I'm chilling right now. If she wants to hop on, yeah, send a request. I'm giving him a list of phobias. He's got one right, so he's on a. Oh, I just got off of work. If you want to hop on, hop on. But he's got one right, so he's on a roll. All right, next one, next one. Oh, geez, Christ. All right. Hold on, let me add her in and I'll ask the question. Hold on. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. See how it goes with multiple people in. Everybody good?
Hi.
Hey, hey,
Hello.
hey. We're doing the phobias. Um, yeah, we're doing phobias. How was work?
It was chaotic. They wouldn't
It
let
was chaotic.
me stay for the full 12, so they kicked me out.
Yeah. Oh, Dad, Dad, say what you said again about this painting. Hold on,
Have you
listen
ever
to
seen
what he
Strange
said.
Planet?
Say what?
Have you ever seen Strange Planet?
Strange Planet.
It's like
Maybe.
it's been on Instagram, but there is a I want to say Netflix cartoon of it too. It's a cute little cartoon. It's about a bunch of aliens that speak directly. So like the heart is your blood pump. So they're like,
Okay.
I love you with all my blood pump or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It
but
sounds familiar.
that does kind of look like one of them. That's what it reminded me of.
Interesting. I was high and did mushrooms and painted
That
that.
that's cool. I'm not. It's good picture. It's all just that's what it reminded me. I never seen one get high, so I don't know what it looks like high. But the
Now
color
you
and the
do?
roundness, they
Yeah.
might, they might.
Uh, all right. My guy lives in you said Manitoba?
Correct. The armpit
He
of
lives in
Canada.
He lives in
Oh,
Manitoba.
Canada.
Yeah.
Actually, just I don't mean to brag, but Winnipeg was just named deadliest city in Canada. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. I
wow.
mean, we're number one,
Very scary.
but we are the Slurpee capital of Canada as well.
What?
Or no, Slurpee capital of the world.
Oh,
Sorry.
Slurpee, like actual the brand Slurpee. I thought you were talking about
Seven
something else.
Eleven. Yeah. Because it'll be minus 35 and we're still walking around sucking on one of those fucking frozen drinks.
You know, something about having ice cream or something cold when it's negative degrees just hits right.
It's probably why we do it.
It must
Plus,
be
I mean,
white people thing because he shook his head.
it's like 9 months of the year it's minus degrees, so I guess we're hardcore as all.
Fair.
All right. Let's get back to the phobias. All right.
Okay,
So
sorry.
this one might be obvious. It might not be obvious. I don't know. But pedophobia,
Kids.
the fear of
The,
kids.
the fear of
Yeah.
pedophiles.
No, it is the fear of
I
kids.
know. I just
Yo, 2 in a row, baby. I'm on a
I thought
roll and a
I'd choose
roll.
a different answer.
Well, I was gonna say that. I was actually gonna say fear of Jeffrey Epstein, but
All right. So this is another animal one. I'm gonna say it 2 times and then I'll spell it for you. Batrachophobia. All right. Starting with a B. Batrachophobia. Now I'm about to spell it. Batracho phobia.
Brat,
But
brat, brack, brachophobia.
Bracho. Yeah, it could. Yeah.
yeah,
Batrachophobia. Batrachophobia. No, Batracho phobia. So batrachophobia.
The
It's an
fear of
fear of
animal.
muddy racetracks.
the fear of
Not,
bats.
it's an animal. It's an animal
Oh,
fear. Small animal. Too.
what?
Small animal.
The fear of bats.
Badgers. You said the
No,
Are
it
you
good
is
one
going with
with
it?
the BAT. I just went with Badgers because that's the first one I thought of with a B that wasn't bat.
so. Oh, okay. So I'll give you guys a hint. It doesn't start with a B.
Oh,
So give me another answer.
The fear of blue whales. It
It
is
does not start with a B.
the fear of whales.
All right,
um,
Dad, what's your answer?
fear of kangaroos.
No, a fear of frogs.
Why?
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 Oh,
Patrick?
well,
We have
Okay.
a visitor.
there's a cat. um, so
That's
this one
cute.
is a common one. You guys should know this one. Coulrophobia. Coulrophobia.
Is this another animal?
Coulrophobia. No, this is
The
not an
fear of
animal.
coal.
It is not what is it? Inanimate object. It's not that. So it's a living thing. Um, Coulrophobia. Yeah, I guess that's how you would say it. Coulrophobia. Let's see. A lot of adults might have this fear, but you definitely see it with kids. Um, yeah.
The fear of growing up.
Oh, geez.
Fear of trees.
No, it is the fear of clowns.
I didn't know it
Clowns.
was called that.
Coulrophobia.
The more you,
Couro
the more
phobia.
you know.
The more you
Shing.
know.
So I'm not even gonna like try to say this out loud because there's at least 30 letters.
Oh
Um,
Jesus!
but it's the fear of the number 666, and it's an actual fear. But there's no way in
Yes.
hell I'm saying this. I
There
have to.
is an actual fear because when I gave my phone number to the lady to put my rewards number at this one store, she was like, I was like, chill out. Because the first three numbers of my phone number is 666.
Oh,
She's like,
geez.
and I was like, it's just a phone
It'd
number.
be creepier if it
Relax.
was 0666. It would be creepier.
I
Let's.
mean, there's a 13. So
What was that?
there's a
Oh,
13 at the end. So I'm just doubling down on the
So
creepy.
that
that.
same fear of frogs will go in the same category as the same fear as amphibians. So that
Okay.
same name as the fear of amphibians is that same batrachophobia. Just wanted to throw
Huh.
that out there. So
Interesting.
the next one, I'm gonna just say it and then spell it. Barophobia. Barophobia.
The fear of weather.
Barophobia.
Oh,
You're
that's a
close,
good one.
but yeah,
Fear of
but you're
height.
close.
No, not height.
Stick with
The weather.
yeah,
Fear of
somewhere
rain.
on that. Just stick with science. So I'm gonna give you guys another chance.
The fear of precipitation.
The fear of
Clouds.
fog.
No, it is the fear of gravity.
That is a scary thing, especially as you get older.
It's terrifying. I
Yeah.
mean, how do you exist with the fear of gravity? Like, oh, a pen dropped. Ah!
Did you guys see that one video where they're questioning like this girl and she's like who even invented gravity? Like we don't even need it. And, like I don't know if it was
Yes.
staged, but if that's
No, she was dead
truly how
ass serious. It was like a podcast. She's like on a podcast and she'd be saying dumb shit all the time. I can't remember her name.
okay. So that was a real thing though. It
Yeah,
wasn't just a stage thing.
she's just
Oh,
really dumb.
our society's
We
doomed.
don't even need gravity. Like, whoever invented it, like,
Whatever. I don't believe in it, so it doesn't exist. What?
Uh,
one of my friends said gravity was a myth, and his brother dropped a pen and was like, then what is that? And I couldn't stop laughing.
I guess you could never do a mic drop with them. You would never understand how it worked.
Yeesh. All right, let's get back to it.
Sorry.
Xenophobia. Cynophobia.
I know this one.
I guess you could say cynophobia or whatever you want to say it, pronounce it.
The fear of the color blue.
It's an animal
Yeah,
fear.
Oh.
it's an insect, isn't it?
I mean, this is a trivia game.
Fair enough.
So you got to tell me.
Uh,
But no, it's not an insect, though. I'll give you that.
The
okay.
fear of turtles.
The fear of alien.
Just alien.
Yeah.
The fear of dogs.
Oh, son of a Mitch.
No. It should be like parophobia.
It'd be caninophobia.
You
Right.
know?
Oh, maybe that's how you say it, but it's cynophobia. Caninophobia? Holy shit. Maybe that is how you say it. K9, what? Cynophobia?
You have Google pronounce? Just like click and paste and just get Google to say it.
Turn it up. What is it? Translate or no? Oh yeah, translate. I could just. Oh no,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
you could,
English.
but you could just like type that in, and then usually it'll show the definition in a little like microphone.
Oh yeah. See, you kids with your technology. I just knew there was something called Google that looked up things.
How old are you?
I'm 45 this year.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Cynophobia.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that?
Cynophobia.
Cynophobia.
I'm not that old.
You were right
sir.
the first time.
Take me out, dog. All right. Elurophobia. Elurophobia.
The
The
fear
fear
of
of being
seduction.
lured. The fear of being lured into a forest.
There you go.
Specifically.
A
It is
well with a long-haired woman.
It's an animal fear.
What's that?
Animal fear.
The fear of lemurs. Don't shake your head at me.
Fear of peacocks.
Fear of cats. Come on, guys. I just did fear of dogs. Like, duh, fear of cats. You can't.
Come on.
First
Come on. Like,
of all, I just worked a 12-hour shift, okay?
That's fair. I'm just not firing all cylinders, I guess.
and I just drank a beer.
There we
So,
go. See?
You
I
have
did
the
the honors.
answers.
Still getting them wrong. Oh. All right. I'm gonna do another animal one, and then we get off animals. That one's too easy. We're not gonna do that one. Entomophobia. Entomo Entomophobia.
This is a big or small animal?
Shit.
Medium size then.
Is it aquatic or
Nah,
non-aquatic?
They're small. They can be aquatic, but they're small.
Okay. Shrew.
Yeah. Yeah. One of y'all said the answers earlier.
Well, thank you. We said a lot of answers.
I'm just letting you know. Go back to the ones that you said and pick out of that selection. One of y'all said.
I don't remember, so I'm gonna go with platypus.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of what we thought of.
Seagulls, bats.
Oh God, recall.
Frog.
Fear of
Lemurs.
I'll give you another hint.
Hippopotamus.
I'll give you another hint. It's not a specific animal. It's a type of creature.
Peacock. I said peacock earlier.
I wouldn't say fear of Labrador retrievers. I would say fear of dogs. Or I wouldn't say fear of flying squirrels. I would say fear of squirrels. You know what I mean? But,
okay,
so what is this?
Genus.
Whales.
Yeah, you did say whale earlier. What else did we say?
But he said they could be aquatic.
They could,
Bee.
as in
We said
like
bee were badgers.
they could be aquatic, like they
I don't know
don't
what the
have
badgers are.
gills, but I mean, if you put one in the water,
So it's a
it's gonna
mammal.
it's gonna survive. Like that's not gonna kill it. Putting it in the water.
Yeah, it's badger. No badger. No, I'll stick with badger. I like my badger. I know it's probably not, but I like badgers.
It is the fear of insects.
Gosh dang it!
Not an animal. Don't you know how the animal kingdom works?
I was just trying to like not give it away, but without saying it's not an animal, kind of. And then you be like, "Oh, fear of insects," and I'm like, "Oh, well, damn it, that was a good ass hint, huh?" But yeah,
So much for the
I think
badger.
it's okay. It's okay. So sometimes, well, never mind. Erotophobia. Erotophobia actually is how you would say it.
I've
Now that I know
seen
what that
that
spelling
word
is,
before.
erotophobia. I went to some event that was like the complete opposite. It was a
Fear of S
convention.
and M. No.
I went to a convention in Miami, and like
Well,
people that
it
have fear would never go to this convention.
could still be an S and M. There's conventions on that, but
The fear of
um,
people.
strippers, no. Erotophobia,
The fear of intercourse.
that could be.
Yes, the fear of sex. Erotophobia is the fear of
Good
sex.
call. Good call. I was on the right path.
I was trying to think of what type of events you go to.
I got booked to film, and I pulled up. I was there in Miami filming an erotica event all weekend. It was fun.
It was interesting, eh?
Yeah, the after parties for sure. So somebody who no, let's do another one. Oh, okay. I've never seen this one. No, that's too easy. It's in the name.
I think we lost your co-host.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, we lost her.
Oh no. All right, maybe she'll hop back on. We'll see. I wonder what happened. There's some interesting phobias out here. I guess you could have a fear of anything, huh?
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much if you think of it.
I might just read off the fears to you. Like, there's a fear of the figure eight, a fear of rain, a fear of eyes, a fear of birds,
What's the
a fear of
fear of eyes?
eyes is OMMETA phobia.
Ometophobia? Ometophobia? Weird.
Yeah. I'm just wait till Danny get back on. I'm gonna just read out the fears for
Yeah.
y'all. It's a lot of fears on here.
Oh,
Welcome back.
there she is.
Welcome back. Welcome
My
back.
phone
You
died,
remember?
so now we're on my iPad.
Cool. I'm about to just read out the fears. There's a fear of bathing, a fear of darkness. Wait, stop me if you want me to like tell you the fear. Fear of heights, fear of flying.
Pause.
The fear.
There's a fear of everything.
I get that, but I'm just reading out the
Got
list.
you.
Fear of pain, fear of opening space, or fear of open spaces or
What's
crowds.
Read that one.
that one?
Fear of
That's agoraphobia, right?
agoraphobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fear of needles or pointed objects. Fear of riding in a car. The fear of men. The fear of air. The fear of
What's the fear of air? And then follow it.
the fear of air is anemophobia.
Anemophobia. I would have thought of fear of being anemic. And the fear of men?
Androphobia. The fear of women. Genophobia. Andro and geno. The fear of anger. The fear of flowers. The fear of people or society. The fear of being touched. Ew, get away from me. The fear of water.
A
I'm
phobia.
sorry.
Ew, get away from me, a phobia.
Hey, I'm gonna start doing commentary. Hold on. The fear of water, the fear of peanut butter, the fear of spiders, the fear of numbers, the fear of thunder and lightning, the fear of outer space. Whatever happened to those astronauts? I,
Also messed
I bet
up.
them. Hey, them, they are out of
Two
there,
more
bro. They need to just tell
weeks.
the, they just need to tell the public that they are nowhere to be found. The fear of disorder or untidiness, the fear of imperfection, the fear of failure. I had that coming home on my report card. The fear of human-like figures. Yeah, I feel that because animatronics really are wild.
So crazy.
The fear of being alone, the fear of bacteria,
What's that
the fear of
one?
gravity. The fear of bacteria is bacteriophobia. That's the easiest one.
Yeah. See, that
Bacteriophobia.
makes sense.
It does.
Makes complete sense. The fear of stairs or steep slopes. The fear of
What's
amphibians.
that?
The fear of pins. The fear of
That's the part.
amphibians was that
Oh,
trachophobia from earlier.
right.
That's right.
The fear of books. The fear of books. The fear of plants. The fear of smelling
What's
bad.
that one?
Uh, Bromidromophobia. Bromidro phobia. Bromidrophobia. Yeah, bromidrophobia. The fear of ugliness.
That
The fear
one.
of being.
Read it.
The fear of ugliness is CACO phobia.
That's Kuka. That's one
Cacao.
you shouldn't have when you come to Canada either. I'm just letting you know.
Coca?
Don't be ugly. It's like, wait, are you saying there's ugly people in Canada, or like don't come to Canada if you're ugly?
Don't come to Canada if you're afraid of ugly people.
That's what he's saying.
There, I mean, there's some nons, obviously. Pamela Anderson's from up here, but there's a
But it's like
reason that.
going to
Which,
Wisconsin and being like, where's the tens at? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that we have a lot of comedians coming out of Canada. There's a
Well,
lot to laugh at.
the people in Wisconsin probably have this fear after what you just said, Danny. The fear of being ridiculed, the fear of mirrors, the fear of snow. We talked about that
Yeah.
earlier. The fear of spending money,
That
the
sounds like a
fear of
personal problem.
what?
I said, that sounds like a personal problem.
The fear of spending money is definitely a Manitoba thing.
The Wisconsin ladies. Hey, what if we have some Wisconsin followers listening to the show today?
Hey, are you part of the Bad Bitch Society or
Ah,
are you not?
Something's getting canceled in Wisconsin right now.
uh-oh.
Wisconsin.
The fear of clocks, the fear of time, the fear of food, the fear of confined spaces, the fear
Claustrophobia.
of being right, the
Yes!
fear of being yes, the fear of being trapped, which is different, the fear of climbing, the fear
Trapophobia.
of no, the fear of being trapped is CLEITHRO phobia.
Left.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
All these
Sleep.
old school phobias are named like very fancy, but the bacteria phobia was probably made in like the 80s. And they're like, why don't we just call it bacteria phobia? We're afraid of bacteria. All right, yeah, cool.
As well as the fear of computers,
See?
cyberphobia. Makes complete sense, right? Makes complete sense.
Straight up.
The fear of demons, the fear of making decisions, the fear of madness and insanity, the fear of trees, the fear of dentists, the fear of houses, the fear of deformity, the fear of accidents.
Specifically, what kind of accident?
It just says accidents.
So what it
That
is
is
probably was a guy just sitting in a psychiatric office, and he was like a doctor, and he's looking out the window. He's like, somebody's afraid of trees. Let's call it. And he just started running out of names. He's looking around the room and he's seeing everything. There's got to be a fear of that. So let's name it.
not.
Like,
I think where fears come from, if we were honestly had a conversation about where fears come from, I think it comes from like people that go to therapy and talk about what fucks them up. And then next thing you know, the therapist just comes up with a name of some shit that's fucking this client up, and then they find out there's a lot of clients that also have a fear of a couch. and so they start to like, oh, this is a real thing. People don't like
Yeah.
couches, and then they come up with the name. I think that's how they have to have it, because I mean, even now today, there's probably more fears that are coming up every day, but it's
Oh
just,
yeah.
I mean, eventually there's going to be a fear of social media. There's going to be a fear of scrolling. There's going to be a fear of ads. Like there'll be a fear of like live videos. You know what I mean? There'll be a fear of going viral.
I
Like
think
I
that
think like
accidents though, like can you imagine you accidentally knock over like a cup of water and then you just start screaming?
I guarantee you,
you're
there's
just definitely
people that just melt down like that though.
Just like a whole meltdown
Yeah.
because you knocked something over.
I mean, I worked at a mental hospital and I saw a lot of strange things. Like there was one woman there who had like 6 imaginary kids, and so like when she went in an elevator, she'd hold the door open for them all, both in and off, and she'd talk to them and put them to bed with her, and yeah, they weren't there.
Sounds like schizophrenia.
I don't remember what she had. Probably. Yeah. I met God. There was a guy that thought he was God. He always like, he was an older gentleman and he'd always raise his 1 foot. So me and a guard asked him like, why do you always raise your 1 foot? He's like, oh no, that's when I sense something wrong in the universe. I have to correct it. So every time he
Oh,
put his foot up, he was correcting the universe. Yeah. Yeah.
get over here.
But I could definitely see them being afraid of some weird things.
all right. We got fear of vomiting, fear of
Is
crowds,
there a
fear
fear of live streams?
that I mean not yet,
Are you sure?
not on this list, but it might be.
Periscopophobia.
Fear of horses, fear of marriage, fear of knees. There's a fear of knees, like actual knees. Fear of knees is called genophobia. Enu phobia.
Sounds like a vibe.
The fear of touch, the fear of the sun, the fear of blood. I mean,
Bud.
blood.
Blah.
Like, I guess people that faint when they see blood, wouldn't they have the fear of blood? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know if that's so much a fear as a,
Probably.
yeah, not sure.
My one of my best friends, she was like super scared of blood and stuff like that. She's a lot better now though. But we'd like talk about things. She'd be like, "Oh my god, please stop! I'm gonna pass out." I'm like, "Bro, we're just talking about like a paper cut."
The fear of long words, the fear of water, the fear
What's
of
the very long
Yes,
word?
is it a really
It's
long word?
a long fucking word.
I was trying to skip this shit because I knew you was gonna ask. Oh my god! You want me to say it or show you?
You can show
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
us because I know that it's a long word.
Yeah.
As long as a motherfucker, bro.
Which is hella fucking funny because like it's a long ass word. Can you imagine saying this word?
Hippopotamo. Why did they do that?
Hippopotamonstrosiquipedalophobia. I think I got it.
It's like they took the biggest words at the time and put it in one word and added phobia.
It's
When
like hippo monstrosity
yeah,
phobia.
Ridiculous. The fear of doctors, the fear of rooms, the fear of buttons, the fear of the color white.
What's that? Why'd you pause? Why'd you pause? Read it.
I just wanted to be. I just wanted to be ignorant, but I won't be ignorant. The fear of the color white is leukophobia. Leuko phobia.
Phobia. Oh, okay.
The fear of tornadoes and hurricanes. The fear of childbirth. The fear of cooking. The fear of large things. The fear of the color black.
Go ahead. Come on. You said white. Gotta do black too.
Uh, The fear of the color black is melanophobia.
So your
You
melanin
got
is
the fear of
thing?
melanin, huh?
So you're afraid of melanin is what I'm hearing?
Pretty much. The fear of small things. The fear of dirt and germs.
What's the fear of small things?
Microphobia.
Ma-
Jesus.
The fear of big things must be macrophobia.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be.
Wait, let's go back. Let's see. I thought,
Magophobia.
If it's not macrophobia, why?
um, it must have got
Germ,
to
go
it. But yeah, I feel like
away.
the fear of death or dead things. Necrophobia, of course. The fear of night. The fear of being without your mobile phone.
What's that?
The fear of nomophobia.
Nomophobia?
Yeah, nomophobia. The fear
What?
disease, the fear of the dark, the fear of gaining weight, the fear of figure eight, the fear of rain, the fear of eyes, the fear of snakes, birds, smells, shellfish, the fear of paper,
What's that? Come on.
pap, pap, papyrophobia,
Pyro?
PAYROphobia, papyrophobia. That'd be
Yeah.
like the fear of papaya.
No, like
The
papyrus.
original
The original
paper.
paper.
I love a papaya. Oh, yeah, see, y'all know more than me.
Nerds!
Fear of sexual perversion. Virgin. Uh,
Virginophobia.
I thought that phobia would be something different. If the fear of sexual perversion is paraphobia. I would have thought paraphobia would have been the fear of people that are paralyzed.
The fear of Paralympics.
Like imagine if you had a fear like that and somebody bought you tickets.
That
Tickets to
person hates you.
Hey, the guy on the podcast last night thought that if you go to the Olympics, he thought that if you have to buy one ticket and it gets you to all the events. And I said, no, you can just pay for just one event. And I said, nigga, come to LA because we're all going to LA in 2028. So just come and just, and I said, bro, if anything, we need to all see synchronized diving together. If we can all sit there and watch these motherfuckers jump and dive synchronized, I would love it.
That shit's cool.
I would fucking love it. That would be so fun. Definitely, I want to see the basketball in the track, but if we can't get into them, I would be fine with seeing fucking water polo. I would be fine seeing the table tennis, the archery, all of that shit.
Fury would be tight.
Too bad they don't have
Tight as hell,
breakdancing
right?
this year. Or this coming one.
I'm trying to see all of it, but I was like, nah, bro. Like, you just buy it per event. You don't have
Oh,
to buy it
cat.
for the whole. Imagine if
Do you
you
think they'll
bought,
have
huh?
Do you think they'll have skateboarding?
Is
Skateboarding would be.
they, do they usually have it?
I think so.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
have to check
they
their
would,
site.
especially in LA, they'll definitely do it. Yeah, I feel like they'll still do that. Yeah,
It might be an exhibition.
that would be cool.
Surfing
Yeah, I think because
should
we
be up
were
there.
we were talking about it. We were talking about like is LeBron gonna be in the 2028 Olympics? And I'm like, yes, of course, it's gonna be in LA. It only makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Ronnie
so
gonna make the team,
is Bronny gonna make the team
or is he gonna be a bench warmer just because Dad's on the team?
for the Olympics? Hell no, he's not gonna be on the team. He's not that good. Like he's not that good to be in the league, let alone be in the fucking Olympics. He might be on the practice team just because his daddy on the major team. Because we were saying like, what if LeBron retires after winning a gold? Like he wins a gold and he retires the same day. Like wouldn't that be fine? To me, it would be fine. At
Mike,
40, at 44, 45 years old, win the gold and then just retire.
You know, I'm 45 and I'm from Chicago, so that means 90, 91, 92, 93. You know who my boy was. So I'm not going to touch on the Bronny situation. But you know where my ball's at. You know where my court is.
I already know. I already know. I already know. That's another podcast in itself. All right, let's get back to the phobias. Fear of kissing, the fear of love, the fear of phobias, the fear of feet, the fear of the
What's
color.
the fear of phobias? Is it phobia?
Yeah,
Better be.
no, it's phobophobia.
Phobia. Okay.
Phobophobia, the fear of feet, the fear of the color purple, the fear of ferns, the fear of flying, the fear of fire, the fear of Halloween, the fear of school, the fear of being stared at.
What's the fear of being stared at? Because I think I have that one.
Scoptophobia. Scopto phobia. Scoptophobia. The, the,
Phobia.
the fear of the moon. The fear of trains. The fear of social. The fear of social evaluation. The fear of sleep. The fear of speed. The fear of technology. The
What's
fear of
that
monsters.
one?
The fear of technology is technophobia.
Of course it is.
Techno. You know what I mean? Like, he dancing in this bit. The fear of monsters, the fear of the ocean, the fear of hair, the fear of thunder, the fear of
Hair. Fear of
holes.
hair.
The fear of hair is trichophobia, Tricho phobia.
I think Whoopi Goldberg has a form of that. She like doesn't like hair on her face. So that's why she shaves her eyebrows and shit.
Really
Yeah.
The
interesting.
fear of beautiful women, the fear of
What?
germs. The fear of beautiful women is Venus Venus trophobia. Venus trophobia. The fear of germs, the fear of witches and witchcraft, the fear of the color yellow, the fear of strangers or foreigners, the fear of animals, and the fear of vacuum cleaners.
What's the fear of vacuum cleaners? I think my dog has that.
Uh, Zooigophobia. Zuiger phobia. Zoogophobia. I guess how you say it. Zoogophobia.
Zoogophobia. Jax, you got zoogophobia.
Call the police.
My ex's one cat was deaf, so every time I'd vacuum, she'd just lay in the middle of the floor because she couldn't hear it, and she loved being vacuumed. Like she would
Just like,
insist on it.
yes, please vacuum
Yeah,
me.
I'm so furry. Get it off. I'm having that issue right now. Spring is here, so my cat's shedding, and I'm getting it all in my nose and my loose weed, which sucks. I'm trying to break up weed, and then I'm packing a bowl, and I notice flecks of fur. I'm like, come on.
A little fur never hurt your high.
Yeah, right.
Mhm. There's a fear of Irish people.
What is it? Is it leopard?
There's a fear. There's a fear of Hindus. There's a fear of Christians. There's a fear of Germans. I mean, this is all just from Wikipedia, but like now what I wasn't on Wikipedia before, but now I'm on Wikipedia. This is just like a bunch of
Don't
wild
do
shit. A
it,
fear
man.
of a fear of Japanese, a fear of Chinese people, a fear of God, a fear of Polish,
That's
a
me.
fear, huh?
I'm Polish too. My dad's
Fear of
Polish.
God or
Nice.
religion is called
There's
theophobia. Theophobia. The fear of COVID-19 is called coronaphobia.
I'm telling you, this is what happened. The earlier years, they just didn't know. They ran out of words. Now in the later years, it just makes sense.
They like tried to
Technophobia.
use Latin and shit, and they're like, now, nah, fuck it, coronaphobia.
Yeah. Imagination's just down the toilet. It's like, well, what is it? Technophobia.
Words are hard. Let's
Coronaphobia.
make it easy.
No, that is funny.
Later years, they just got lazy. They're like, I don't know. There's so many diseases or fears out there. What do we do?
What's the fear of green hair?
There's got to be. Or fear of unnatural colored hair, maybe that might be it.
Fear of green hair is called trichophobia. A fear of green hair wouldn't be a specific, widely recognized name, but it would likely fall under the broader category of trichophobia, which is the clinical term of the fear of hair, and could manifest in it as an intense aversion to a specific hair color like green, depending on the individual's personal association and anxieties around it. So I guess we have to have a fear of color and a fear of hair a little
So
bit.
someone had to be severely traumatized by a person with green hair.
Like the movie The Grinch.
Yes.
Or Oscar the Grouch.
Terrified the fuck out of them as a child.
Really?
Oscar the Grouch.
It
He's
terrified
scary.
Who else?
me, but it could terrify somebody,
There's
and then now
a Muppet.
they have psychophobia, or like somebody like Elmo. So anybody with red hair terrifies them. Because like if I saw Elmo walking towards me, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm out of here.
If I saw Elmo walking towards me, I would most definitely punt Elmo.
I would tackle Elmo.
No, I would punt. I would full strike, boot him, and then run the opposite direction.
How's that tickle, bitch?
Yo, I typed in fear of crack, and it said help is available.
No, I'm scared of it.
What?
I don't need help.
Maybe they're trying to introduce it to you. Don't be afraid of it. Just
Don't be afraid of crack.
Help is
We have
available.
methadone for
Wait.
free for you.
And don't get it wrong, I'm not laughing at help. It's just the fact that I typed in fear of crack,
yeah. Well,
and that's the result they gave me.
yeah.
And help is
Yeah. We can help you out. We'll get you
Word.
some. You'll see it's nothing to be afraid of. Just there is no phobia to it. There's none.
Let's look up the fear of salt. The fear of salt. Okay, the fear of salt is known as halophobia. It is a relatively uncommon phobia that can cause significant distress and anxiety to individuals who experience it. So they don't salt their foods, anxiety or panic attacks when exposed to salt, physical symptoms such as nausea, dizziness, or headaches, or difficulties socializing or eating in public. Fuck, so you couldn't eat in public? Because doesn't everything have goddamn salt in it pretty
More or
much?
How
less.
would they know?
How would they know? How would they even know? They probably taste it.
But
Smell it or taste
can you, if you correctly season like with salt, can you taste the
If you
salt?
have a phobia of it, maybe. Because I mean, you must have been traumatized to be traumatized from salt. So like your taste buds
Does that
might
mean
be
you can't even use
tuned.
salted butter? It's just like unsalted
Yeah.
everything. No
Yeah.
salt. My life is
to
unseasoned.
have a Powerade or a Gatorade.
No,
No.
nothing.
No.
Nothing. Water.
Electrolyte
I
out.
Even water sometimes.
couldn't even have Dasani water.
No. No. That's crazy. Is there a fear of weed?
Part of your
Marijuana?
body is salt, so you like afraid of like
Sweat?
your body functions and yeah, sweat.
Weird. They would hate the ocean. Go to the
Typed
Dead
in
Sea,
fear
they would have a panic attack.
I typed
Sorry, was it?
in fear of marijuana,
They
and
would hate you.
Need
it's
help?
called the internet's calling it canophobia. CANNA phobia.
Makes sense.
Canophobia.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd be cooler if it was ganjaphobia.
Oh, yeah.
Reefophobia?
That'd be the fear of potheads.
There we go.
Reefophobia.
Rochophobia?
Phobia is something. Okay, so television.
I'm just going to let you guys know I'm down to 10%, so if I disappear, I apologize. It's not that I'm hanging up, it's that I died.
I have been on here for a long time. I don't want to kick us off and they don't save it. So all right, we'll just end it. What time is it now? 1:30? I'm about to go to the gym. All right, Danny, get some sleep. Dad, I appreciate you hopping on.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me.
We're dropping on YouTube. Y'all have a good night. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.
Puff responsibly.
Yeah.